Buenos dias, buenos dias. Let's feel it. Yes, let's feel it. Let's feel that outcome we desire. I know it's difficult, right? Like you're telling me, yo, I'm broke. How am I gonna feel rich? You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing these bills. You want me to feel rich? You want me to feel wealthy? You want me to feel like I don't have these issues? Yes. And the way to do this is to visualize, right? Because that us is out there in the quantum realm. Remember? That us is out there in the quantum realm somewhere. If the thought is in your head, that means it exists somewhere. And we need to tap into that person. And the way to do it is, all right, you visualize, where is that person? Right? How is that person doing on our ideal day, right? On our ideal day, what is that person feeling like? If you had let's say you're like, I want to make 10K a month. That's my goal. I want to have 10K a month of passive income. How would that 10K a month of passive income you feel? I would guess they're going to feel great. And I know we've spoken about this, but I have to reiterate it, right? That person is going to feel great. They're going to feel less stressful. They're going to feel, like they're winning at all times. And I call it the lotto effect. You can make that happen because when you start thinking about that person, look, I just got chills thinking about Hanson 3.0, right? Mr. 27 plus. Because I know what he feels like. And right now I'm going through it. I am going through it. Like, don't get it confused because I'm doing this. You're like, oh man, he must be good. Like, I enjoy this. This gives me life. This gives me purpose. But I'm still going through it. My life is still going through things that, I see Hanson 3.0 overcoming. And it's helping me move forward, but I'm still going through it. I'm a human being. You're a human being, right? We've discussed this before. But the truth of the matter is we have to feel like that person would feel. And that's why I call it, again, the lotto effect. You don't realize when the lotto hits that 1.2 billion and everybody's going crazy and you're purchasing tickets and going nuts. Look how freely you feel when you just have this thought that you might hit the lottery. You know it. It's like all of a sudden, all these creative juices are flowing. You're able to see things that you weren't able to see before. You're able to imagine life in a different way. And you get that happy feeling inside. Your state changes. That's that lotto effect. And we can cater to that, right? We can use that every single day if we choose to. Like I do this where it's like, hey, if I'm visualizing myself locking down the ideal client, right? Like I have a client that needs marketing and they're a 5K a month client. What I do is I visualize myself locking that client down, right? I got that client, they signed up. Like I see it all, man. I see it all. I see them signing the paperwork. I see the stripe coming up on my phone telling me, ting, like, yo, you got paid 5K. I see it all. And what I'll do is I'll marry that to a better feeling of something else that's already happened in my life. Like one of those feelings is when I created my first EP, which was the Celeste EP back in 2014, right? I'll marry it to that. I remember that, like I just get this feeling inside. And it doesn't have to be some crazy achievement. I literally did a 5-song EP. Nothing out of this world. But to me, it was something that I never saw myself achieving at that time. I had this idea that I would make this album since I was a kid and I'll do this stuff. And to finally have done it, it was so gratifying. So when I start thinking of that, I pull that feeling in and I switch the image. Right? I switch the image back to that 5K client. All right, I locked him down. He's down for a year. You know what that is, man? Ooh, 12 months, 560K from one client. This is going to be great. And then I visualized when Celeste was complete, right? That is just, it all ties in. We have to feel it. That is what quantum is about. It's out there somewhere. When you start visualizing what U 2.0, U2 is, U squared, that's that quantum feeling. We have to feel it. And I know it's not always easy. I know it's not simple, but I just gave you a little hack that you can use. Think about a great moment in your life. If you're a parent, these people like, oh man, I remember the birth of my child, or how great it was, or when they finally started walking, or whatever it is. If you're, at this job, and when you remember that feeling when you first got that job, I don't know, you may hate it, but when you first got it, you remember how great you felt, how accomplished you felt, and you would talk to everybody like, yo, I made this interview, and da 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 da. Tap into that, and then replace it real quick with what it is you want. With what it is U squared, U2, U 2.0 has. because it's out there. Feel it to make it true. I'll see you tomorrow.